Uptown Chicago is one of the city's fastest growing areas, as people travel about in droves on a daily basis. The growing population also means a growth in diversity. Immigrant shops like this McCullough Market dot the city streets. These shops deal specifically with immigrant food staples, almost completely independent of the rest of Uptown. Peter Bull is a Sudanese refugee at Truman College. He says these businesses do well because usually there's a language barrier between Americans and immigrant populations.
In countries like Nigeria, Ghana, and many others with the schools, there's a chance that you can go to school and learn English. But in Sudan, people never have that opportunity. For instance, if you were lucky to go to school in Sudan, you could only go to school where you could only learn Arabic.
Northwestern PhD candidate Alphonse Otieno explains his own struggles with the language barrier.
So I go to this restaurant deep in Ohio, and then I ask for chips, and then this lady at the counter tells me that there's no chips. And then I can see the chips, but she insists there's no chips. So, then I ask, but what are those? I'm seeing chips, and you're telling me there's no chips. Then she was like, oh, you're looking for French fries.
Uptown is full of organizations like this Chicago Uptown Ministry that specialize in helping immigrants get adjusted to the area. Here they can find help in obtaining documentation, housing, and even English lessons. However, sometimes it's still not enough. A lot of immigrants come here with high levels of education, but they still find themselves working in areas in which they're overqualified.
When you're here and you're desperate for money, you're just going to take anything, even though you're highly qualified, overly qualified for this. So you have like taxi drivers that have multiple degrees, or people that are even like cleaning toilets when they were working for the UN elsewhere.
As a foreigner, there's a lot of struggles that people who come from outside face when they come to the United States. Because in the first place they're like marginalities, like outsiders. So they're struggling with culture, they're struggling with social issues, they're struggling with competition for jobs.
And it's these struggles that keep a lot of immigrants working in the service industries of their own communities. Ismail Romero works as an outreach associate for immigrants. His group deals with ethnicities on a very specific level.
People from Africa, Nigeria, we have contact with one organization who work with Nigerian people, and from another organization who work just with Asians, specifically Vietnamese.
Shauna Tuttle also works with immigrants and says there's a comfort level between people of similar backgrounds.
If you're coming to a new country and you don't have any resources, the first thing you do is try to find other people who are going to sympathize with you, and so it just kind of serves as a magnet.
And in Chicago, that magnet is Uptown. Alex Preche, Medill News.